would I have imagined that getting my kid on a bike could be such an all-encompassing solution to an overwhelming, painful, and broad set of problems that was dragging down my child and by extension, our family. Our child was grappling with low self-esteem that triggered nonstop tantrums, often in response to the most minor triggers. The problems were especially painful as we observed alarming eating patterns. No parent can watch a skinny child become argumentative, hyper-selective, and often ignore food, getting more and more frail before their eyes. And that was all just at home. School presented a separate challenge, with every day presenting a battle to get this kid out the door, complete with crying and screaming all around, setting a painful tone for the day, no matter how it ended. We were simply giving up on all these battles. We desperately wanted to help our child, but didn't know where to go or what to do. Expensive, long-term therapy was a last resort we desperately hoped to avoid. Then someone mentioned to us that riding with Geerz could be a one-stop therapeutic solution to address all our child's issues. Frankly, it was hard to believe, but the school had insisted on some form of immediate treatment, and we figured that it may technically qualify. Well, that was an understatement. A year after joining the Geerz family, I can tell you that it's transformed our child in all aspects, from self-esteem, confidence, determination, believing in abilities, and taking responsibility. Even the eating issue has resolved itself in a manner that now seems obvious. You see, in order to ride a bike, one needs a basic amount of energy. Clearly, if you're not eating, you don't have that energy. This message came across gently but clearly, and suddenly meals had a function and value, and have become a much more reasonable and positive endeavor. Let me be clear about one thing. None of this would have been possible for us to consider if we had not received financial aid from Geerz to offset the costs of sending our child. And just as importantly, we were allowed to apply for the discount with dignity, not feeling ashamed that we couldn't afford to cover the total cost. As parents, we all want to give and do the most we can for our children, but financially, for many of us, it's a non-stop challenge. We thank Geerz, and especially its sponsors, for making the impossible possible.
I've been aware of Geerz since we made Aliyah to Ramat Beit Shemesh about 6.5 years ago. Every Friday afternoon, Erev Shabbos, you see those amazing orange shirts and what looks like these happy boys riding around with such confidence. As an outsider and observer, Geerz always looked like a wonderful, very active, very healthy, amazing after-school activity for young boys and girls. But having firsthand experience with someone who was very close to me that was having developmental, social, and emotional issues in school, the psychologists were recommending Geerz for these young boys and girls that were having these difficulties and these behavioral difficulties. And that was an eye-opener for me to understand that Geerz was not just an amazing physical outlet, but extremely therapeutic, almost medicinal. Kids that are often seen as like problem kids in school or troublemakers, they're labeled as troublemakers, they're often sent out of class. They're having these difficulties that are not as easily discernible or recognizable as disabilities as a physical disability is. But in fact, these are the boys and girls that can so easily fall through the cracks. And I have seen firsthand how Geerz has been life-changing for these kids and by default, the community. Their families affected, their siblings are affected, their teachers are affected, their schools are affected. Everything, Geerz trickles down into their personal and school lives, their home lives and their school lives in ways that are unimaginable. My only wish is that Geerz was available every day after school and not just one day a week. This particular case is a boy who was kicked out of class often, who was suspended from school often, who was not invited for play dates, who is very, very scared, scared of their own shadow often a lot of times, scared of animals, scared to be outside, who gets in trouble all the time, is always doing the opposite of what you tell this boy to do. And I have seen Geerz give this boy confidence. It's been a form of therapy for him. given him social skills, given him life skills, given him a circle of friends, and then not just that one day a week where he rides officially through Geerz, but then throughout the week as he takes his bike out. It was amazing to learn that there are scholarships available based on need for someone who might need the full boat, and for some kids who might just need some additional assistance, or families that need assistance with either the equipment or even just the partial scholarships. And overall, when the kids are happy, you always say as a parent, you're only as happy as your unhappiest child. When the kids are happy, the house is happy, the siblings are happy, the parents are happy, it trickles down to school. It has been therapeutic and has been life-changing.
Hi, my name is Arn Hilla Roth. I grew up as a child of divorced parents being shuttled back and forth between their two homes. I had no positive relationship with my father, who was manipulative and untrustworthy. I never knew what a healthy relationship between an adult male and child should look like. That, instead of being based on fear, it could be a comfortable exchange of caring and helping. Geerz changed my life in two important ways. First, because of the positive relationship with Nachum Wasowski and the other Geerz instructors, for the first time in my life, I saw what it meant to have a healthy relationship with a male adult. I didn't have to be scared to talk to adults anymore. Second, because of the bad relationship with my father, I had low self-esteem and didn't feel that it was worth anything. Since being put in a role of responsibility as a Geerz instructor, teaching and leading younger children, for the first time in my life, I feel that I have value, that I am important in some way. I now know that I'm someone special, that I'm worth something, and that I can give and help others in a positive way. I feel like I have much stronger self-esteem and understand that I have the power to move forward in my life and achieve whatever I want to. All this is because of Geerz.